What are the most common mistakes startups make in their marketing efforts?
Well, I think the most common mistake startups make in general, forget marketing for a second, is that they go roughly through the calculation that I just did, which is 300 million Americans, 1 in 4 owns a dog, 75 million dogs, 2 cans of dog food per day, 150 million cans of dog food per day, $1 per can, 1.5 per day. Most entrepreneurs, they take a big number and they cut it down as much as they think they can get away with and still have a big number left. So they go from 300 million to $1.5 million per day times 365, and they're being conservative. So what happens is, if you go with that logic, you say, okay, so yeah, okay, $1.5 million per day times 365 is $500 million. Boy, we're going to need at least 200 servers. And we're going to need them in 3 cities because we don't ever want our dog food owners to not be able to buy dog food in the event of an earthquake, right? So we need 3 centers, 3 IT staffs, and God forbid, if the dog food doesn't get there in time, we want great customer service, so we need to build customer support. So we probably need, 50 people to take calls about selling dog food online. And we have rock star programmers, so our rock star programmers, they're going to be on time and bug free, right? So now we're spending $250,000 because we have infrastructure, because we have rock star programmers who are going to be on time. And guess what? The rock star programmers are totally bullshit. They're a year late. Come to find out, it's not so easy to sell 1.5 million cans of dog food per day. Nobody's calling. You could have put everything in the cloud. You didn't really need to buy any servers. You didn't need to do any co-location. So you are basically burning $250,000 a month in overhead in anticipation of this conservative forecast of 1.5 million cans of dog food per day. So the first board meeting, you fall on your sword. You tell your investors we're late. We have this huge burn rate. And the next thing you say is, but we hired rock star support people, we have rock star IT people, we have rock stars, and our rock star programmers who are admittedly late right now, but we have total confidence in them, so they will ship in the next 30 days. So it would be really stupid to get rid of all these rock star IT support and rock star customer service support. We're just going to have to train all over new people again in 30 days, so we just keep them on, right? So guess what? The rock star programmers, they're not on time in 30 days. They're still late. So it's another year late, right? And then you run out of money, and then you get fired, and then you blame the investor for firing you too early.
So bottom up instead of bottom down.
So instead of going from 300 million down, you say to yourself, well, so like in our wildest fantasy, how much traffic could we get to our homepage, pets.com? How many people could we get to come to pets.com in the first few months? 10,000? 10,000. Let's be wildly optimistic. Let's say we get 100,000 uniques per month. 100,000 uniques. Now, what percentage of those people are actually going to buy a case of dog food?
5%.
1%?
Yeah, 1%.
Okay, so 1% of 100,000 people is 1,000 people. 1,000 people buy a case of dog food. That's 1,000 cases of dog food. That's a long way from 1.5 million cans of dog food per day, right? And so between 1.5 million cans of dog food per day and 1,000 cases per month, you're probably going to be much closer to 1,000 cases per month than 1.5 million cans of dog food per day. And so the problem is that most companies are in this 1.5 million cans of dog food per day, total addressable market, 75 million Americans, 150 million dogs or whatever. That's the problem. So it is a bottom-up analysis. That's what has to be done.